Praise the Lord. Hi everybody. Welcome you all to the next session on integrals. Dear students, we have been dealing with the concept of definite integrals in the previous session. We are going to continue with the same session with the remaining problems. Okay? Are you ready? ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ನಾವು ಹಿಂದಿನ ಸೆಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ನ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಉಳಿದಿರುವಂಥ ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಸೆಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, right students, I hope that you have already practiced the previous questions which has been solved, so that you would be thorough with the concept of definite integrals and continue with the remaining questions. So the first question we are going to deal today is the definite integral of cosecant x dx within the limits pi by 6 to pi by 4. Okay, so we all know this is a special integral of cos x. So as we have already seen it, integral of cos x would be log of mod cosecant x minus cot x plus c for the indefinite integral. We are not going to get plus c here, okay, because this is the definite integral. Okay, so integral of cosecant x is, so it is log of mod cosecant x minus cot x, isn't it? So this is integrated within the limits pi by 6 to pi by 4. Okay, so this is nothing but log of mod. Remember, you have to first apply the upper limit whenever you have the function of the form function of. Okay, this is of the form log of. So first apply the upper limit. So this would be log of cosecant pi by 4 minus cot of pi by 4. So upper limit is done. Okay, minus log of mod cosecant pi by 6 minus cot of pi by 6. Okay, so we are going to use the values which are, these are standard angles there. Okay, so this is nothing but log of mod. Now what is cosecant pi by 4? These are all standard angles. Okay, hope you would be knowing this. Cosecant pi by 4 is nothing but root 2. Okay, minus cot pi by 4. What is cot pi by 4? We know tan pi by 4 is 1. So cot pi by 4 would be 1 itself, right? Minus again log of mod cosecant pi by 6. Now cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. Now what is sin pi by 6? Sin pi by 6 is 1 by 2, isn't it? So cosecant pi by 6 is 2, right? Minus cot pi by 6. So tan pi by 6 is 1 by root 3. So cot pi by 6 is root 3. Okay, so this is nothing but, you have, this is of the form log m minus log n. Using the properties of logarithms, you will get log m by n, that is nothing but log of root 2 minus 1 divided by 2 minus root 3. Okay, so this would be the solution for the given definite integral. Okay, very simple results these are. Only thing is you should practice clearly, right? Shall we move on to the next question? So the next integral we have is integral between the limits 2 to 3, integral of dx divided by x square minus 1. You can rewrite this integral as integral between the limits 2 to 3. Look here, I can write it as dx minus, this is nothing but x square, 1 can be written as 1 square. I think this looks like a standard result which I have already proved for 5 marker questions. Dx divided by x square minus a square integral is 1 by 2a into log of x minus a divided by x plus a. So using this result, I am going to get, this is nothing but 1 divided by 2, a is nothing but 1. So 1 divided by 2a into log of mod x minus a divided by x plus a. Now this is integrated within the limits 2 to 3. Now I have kept the constant 1 by 2 as it is, because this is a constant, the limits will not be effective here. Okay, so this is nothing but 1 by 2 is outside, right? So let me apply the limits now. So first let me use the apply limit. Now you can see that 2 into 1 is 2. So log of mod, first apply the upper limit. So this would be 3 minus 1 divided by 3 plus 1 minus log of mod, this is 2 minus 1 divided by 2 plus 1. right? Let us simplify. This is nothing but 1 by 2 into log of mod 3 minus 1 is 2, 3 plus 1 is 4, okay, minus log of mod 2 minus 1 is 1 divided by 1 plus 2, that is 2 plus 1 is 3, okay. So this is nothing but 1 by 2 into, you can also rewrite this as log of mod 2 1s and 2 2s. So log of mod 1 by 2 minus log of mod 1 by 3, okay. So this is again of the form log m minus log n. This can be written as log of m by n. So that is nothing but 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 3, okay. So if you rewrite this, we all know this can be written as log of mod, either you can write it as 1 by 2 into 3 by 1. We all know this format, okay, because a divided by b, a by b divided by c by d would be ad by bc, isn't it? So this would be nothing but half of log mod of 3 divided by 2, okay. So this would be the final answer for the given integral. So the next integral is integral between the limit 0 to pi by 2 cos square x dx. These are standard integrals we have already solved in using trigonometric identities. We all know cos square x can be written as 1 minus cos 2x, okay, divided by 2 dx, okay. So I am going to keep this 1 by 2 which is constant as it is. Let me integrate. Now integral of 1 is nothing but x plus integral of cos is nothing but sine. So integral of cos 2x is sine 2x divided by 2. This is integrated within the limits 0 to pi by 2, okay. To see what happens, this is nothing but half is a constant. Let me keep it as it is. Apply the limits here. So for x the upper limit is pi by 2 and the lower limit is 0, okay, plus again I have a constant here. Let me keep as it is. So I will get sine 2 times pi by 2 is nothing but sine pi minus sine 2 times 0 would be sine 0, okay. So this is nothing but half into pi by 2 minus 0 would be pi by 2 plus half into, again now we know sine pi is 0, sine 0 is also 0. So this term completely becomes 0. So the answer would be half into pi by 2, that is nothing but pi by 4, okay. So this would be the standard answer for the given integral, okay. Shall we move to the next integral? The next integral we have is integral between 1 to root 3 dx divided by 1 plus x square. We know this is the standard result for tan inverse x, isn't it? So because derivative of tan inverse x is 1 divided by 1 plus x square. So integral of 1 by 1 plus x square is tan inverse x. This is integrated within the limits 1 to root 3, okay. So this is nothing but apply the limits now. This is tan inverse of, what is the upper limit? So root 3 minus tan inverse of 1, okay. Let us use the standard values. This is tan inverse of, tan what value is root 3? We know this is tan pi by 3, isn't it? Tan pi by 3 is root 3 minus tan inverse of, we know tan 45 is 1, so it is tan pi by 4. So this is nothing but tan and tan inverse would be nullified. So this would be nothing but pi by 3 minus pi by 4, okay. So if you take the LCM, this would be nothing but 12. So you multiply 4 to this. So this would be 4 pi minus 3 pi, isn't it? Take the LCM. So 3 4s is 12, 4 3s is 12. So this is nothing but the answer would be pi divided by 12 is the standard answer, right? Moving on to the next integral, we have 0 to pi sine square x by 2 minus cos square x by 2. Now remember, this is of the form sine square theta minus cos square theta. Now if you remember the formulas of trigonometry, I think cos 2 theta can be written as cos square theta minus sine square theta. So that is the minus of this. So I am going to write this as, if it is possible, it is possible, because we know that if I take minus outside, I will get this as cos square x by 2 minus sine square x by 2, because I have taken minus outside, Okay, this dx. Now this is nothing but, this is of the form cos square theta minus sin square theta, that is nothing but cos 2 theta. So this is nothing but 0 to pi would be limit as it is. So this would be cos 2 times x by 2 would be just simply x. This is integrated with respect to x. Okay, so this is nothing but minus as it is. Now what is integral of cos? A standard result. Integral of cos is sine. Okay, this is integrated within the limits 0 to pi. This is nothing but minus, apply the limits. So this is sine pi minus the lower limit is sine 0. We know sine pi is also 0 and sine 0 is also 0. Okay, so the result would be minus of 0 minus 0. This is nothing but 0 itself. Now remember students, this question has already been asked in one of the main question paper for 2 marks. Okay, this is a 2-marker question. Very easily you can get 2 marks. Only thing is you should know the concept of integration and also apply the limits. Okay, right. Moving on to the next integral, I have integral of x dx divided by x square plus 1. This is integrated within the limits 2 to 3. Okay, now I am going to make a small change here. Remember, let me add and subtract 2. You might be wondering why. So the numerator becomes 2x dx divided by x square plus 1. Okay, this is integrated within the limits 2 to 3. Okay, now you might be wondering why I did this. Now remember, if I put f of x as x square plus 1, then we know f dash of x is nothing but what is derivative of x square, which is nothing but 2x. Okay, now remember this, we are going to use this result now. Integral, if you have f dash of x divided by f of x dx, that is, in the numerator we have the derivative, in the denominator if you have the function, then the integral of this is of the form log of the function. Okay, so that is log of f of x plus c if it is an indefinite integral. Okay, so integral of f dash by f is nothing but it is of the form dt by t, remember, isn't it? If you put this as t, then this would be dt. So integral of dt by t is nothing but log of mod t, isn't it? So whenever you have the function for a definite integral, rather you use this result. Okay, now you can see here 1 by 2 is constant. Let me keep it as it is. So you have the function in the denominator and its derivative in the numerator, then it would be the log of mod the function itself, that is the denominator itself. So it is log of mod x square plus 1. This is integrated within the limits 2 to 3. Okay, these are standard results. We will be using more than once in the next questions also. Okay, please be careful. This is nothing but half is a constant, right? Apply the limit. So it is log of mod, first upper limit is 3 there, so 3 square plus 1 minus log of mod, this is 2 square plus 1. Okay, this is nothing but half into log of mod. Now what is 3 square? 3 square is 9, isn't it? So 9 plus 1 is 10 minus log of mod 2 square is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, right? So this is half into, this is of the form log m minus log n. This can be written as log of m by n, right? So this can be further written as half of mod 10 by 2 is nothing but 5 2s are 10, isn't it? So it is half log of mod 2. You can further write this as log of mod, we know half can be written as 2 power half, that is nothing but root 2. So the final answer for this would be log of root 2. Okay, very simple result. Once again remember this result because we will be using it again when you have the integral of the form f dash divided by f dx, then the integral would be log of f of x plus c. Okay, right. So the next integral is of the form integral from 0 to 1 2x plus 3 divided by 5x square plus 1 dx. Okay, so let me split up the integral. So this can be written as integral of, remember, 0 to 1. Now I am going to take this as 2x divided by 5x square plus 1, okay, plus I am going to keep this constant 3 outside, integral 0 to 1 dx divided by 5x square plus 1. Okay, now what I am going to do here is I am going to multiply and divide by 5. So what happens, I have divided 5 and kept it outside within the limit 0 to 1. Now if you multiply 5, you will get 10x dx, sorry. So it is 10x dx divided by 5x square plus 1. Okay, similarly here 3, in the denominator I am going to take 5 common. So this is integrated with the limit 0 to 1 dx. Remember, in the first term I have taken 5 common, so it is just x square. In the second term there is no 5 there. So what I am going to do it is divide by 5. Okay, now you can look here, if I consider f of x is equal to 5x square plus 1. Okay, so if I consider f of x is 5x square plus 1, then f dash of x would be, now what is x square derivative is 10x, sorry 2x, isn't it? So 5 2's is 10x and 1 is a constant. Now this is of the form as I told you in the previous, f dash of x by f of x integral. So this is nothing but 1 by 2 constant is there, log of mod the denominator, that is 5x square plus 1 within the limit 0 to 1. Okay, similarly plus 3 by 5 is outside. Now I am going to write this integral in the special form. This is dx divided by x square plus 1 by 5, I am going to write it as 1 by root 5 whole square, so that this looks of the standard form dx divided by x square plus a square. So that we can write it as 1 by a tan inverse x by a plus c. Okay, so this is nothing but 1 by 5 as it is. So it is log of mod 5x square plus 1. Let me apply the limits in the next step. So okay, between the limits 0 to 1. So it is 3 by 5 outside. So let me integrate, integral of dx divided by x square plus a square is 1 by a, that is nothing but 1 divided by 1 by root 5. A is nothing but 1 by root 5. Okay, so 1 by a into tan inverse x by a, that is 1 divided by 1 by root 5. This is integrated within the limits 0 to 1. Okay, so this is nothing but 1 by 5 into log of mod. If you apply the upper limit, 5 into 1 square would be, actually it is 5 into 1 square plus 1, okay, minus log of mod 5 into 0 plus 0 square plus 1. So this is the limit for this function. Okay, now if you apply the limits for this function, this is nothing but, now remember 1 divided by 1 by 5 is nothing but root 5 can be taken to the numerator. So it is 3 by 5 into root 5, remember. Okay, so that is taken with the limits tan inverse of, now as I told you, if you apply the limit first, it is 1 divided by 1 by root 5 minus tan inverse of 0. Okay, please be very careful. Apply limits part, you should be careful here. So this is nothing but 1 by 5 is constant. Now this is log of mod 1 square is 1, so 5 1 is 5, 5 plus 1 is nothing but 6. Okay, minus log of mod 0 square is actually 0, 5 into 0 is 0, we are going to get log 1. Okay, plus, now remember denominator we have 5 but numerator we have root 5. So if you divide it, you will get 3 divided by root 5 into, now this is of the form tan inverse of 1 divided by 1 by root 5 would be tan inverse of 5 minus, remember tan inverse of 0 would be 0, right? So the final answer would be written in the next step, that is nothing but 1 by 5 into log of mod 6. You might be wondering why, because we know log 1 is nothing but 0. Okay, so finally plus 3 divided by root 5 into tan inverse of root 5. So this would be the final answer for the above given definite integral. Okay? Right. Shall we move on to the next question? Moving on to the next integral, we have integral of x into e power x square dx. Okay. Now please be careful, students. We are going to use the special process of substitution method in definite integral. The substitution method in definite integral was indefinite integral was simple, but here for a definite integral you should be very careful, because see why I am telling this. I am going to put x square as t. So if you differentiate with respect to x, dt by dx would be 2x, because derivative of x square is 2x. Therefore dt by 2, if you make some arrangements, dt by 2 would be integral of, dt by 2 would be x dx. Now remember, we have to change the limits also. Okay, when x is equal to 0, put x is equal to 0, t will be 0. When you substitute the limits also, you have to change the limits also. Now similarly, when x is equal to 1, if you put t is equal to 1 square, that is nothing but 1. Every time you need not have the same limits. Okay, for this function the limits does not change, but for others function the limit may change. So remember, whenever you take the substitution method, you have to change the limits also. Okay, so this is nothing but, now limits does not change here, so 0 to 1. Now e power x square would be nothing but e power t. Okay, now what is x dx? X dx is nothing but dt by 2. So I'll take dt here, and this 1 by 2 I'm going to keep outside. Okay, now you can directly integrate this with respect to t. So 1 by 2 as it is, integral of e power t is nothing but e power t itself, because we know it's a standard integral within the limit 0 to 1. Okay, so that is nothing but half of, you need not put back for e power t, because we have changed the limits also. So this is nothing but e power of upper limit, that is e power 1, minus e power of lower limit, that is e power of 0. Okay, so the final answer would be half into e power 1 is nothing but e minus e power 0 is nothing but 1, because any non-zero number power 0 would be 1. Okay, so the final answer would be half into e minus 1. Moving on to the next integral, we have integral between the limit 0 to pi by 4, 2 times secant square x plus x cube plus 2 dx. So this is nothing but, let us directly integrate. Now 2 is a constant, keeping outside, integral of integral of secant square is a standard function, tan, isn't it? Integration of secant square is tan x, right? Plus, now what is integral of x cube? It would be x power 4 divided by 4, plus integral of constant is constant into x. So this is integrated within the limits 0 to pi by 4. Okay, right. Let us apply the limits now. Now 2 is a constant, so along with 2, let me apply the limits. So this is tan pi by 4 minus tan 0. So tan of upper limit minus lower limit. Now plus 1 by 4 is a constant. Let me keep it as it is. So this would be pi by 4 whole power 4 minus 0. 0 power 4 is 0 itself. Okay, plus 2 is a constant. Now it is pi by 4 upper limit minus 0, because you just have x. Substitute for x with the limits. Now see what happens. This is nothing but 2 into, now what is the this is the standard value, tan pi by 4 is nothing but 1 minus tan 0 is 0. Okay, plus 1 by 4 into, now pi power 4 would be pi power 4 itself. Is it clear? Now let me take this as 4 power 4 itself, and this is nothing but minus 0. Let me not consider this. Plus this is pi divided by 2 1s and 2 2s. Okay, so this is nothing but, the final answer would be 1 minus 0 is 1, 1 2s is 2. Okay, so it is 2 plus, remember it is pi power 4 divided by, I already have 4 power 4, another 4 there, so it is 4 power 5 plus pi by 2. Okay, so you can keep this as it is, you need not worry, or you can solve this as 2 plus pi power 4 divided by, get the value of 4 power 5. So 4 power 5 is 4 into 4 into 4 into 4 into 4, multiplying 4 5 times. So 4 4s are 16, isn't it? 16 4s are 64, 64 4s are what? It is 256. So 256 into 4 would be 1024. If you are not comfortable with this, you can use a calculator, because you are allowed to use a basic calculator, plus pi by 2. Okay, so this would be the final answer for the given integral. So as I told you, if you are comfortable, if you are thorough with the concept of integration, the definite integral is just applying the limits part as an extra step. Okay, right, we will move on to the next integral. The next integral we have is integration between the limit 0 to 2 by 3 dx divided by 4 plus 9x square. Okay, so I am going to make some arrangement here. Now in the denominator I am going to take 9 common. So what happens? I am going to take 9 common and keep it outside. See what happens. So this is 0 to 2 by 3 as it is. This is of the form dx divided by, now since 9 is not in the first term, I have to divide it. Okay, plus, now since 9 is already taken outside, I am going to take it as x square. Okay, is it clear? Now this looks like a standard result. Let me rewrite this as 1 by 9 as it is, integral within the limits 0 to 2 by 3 dx divided by, let me write x square as it is, plus 4 by 9 can be written as 2 by 3 whole square, isn't it? Right. Now this integral has reduced to the standard form of dx divided by x square plus a square, that is nothing but 1 by a tan inverse x by a. So using the result here, so 1 by 9 is already outside. Using this result, it is 1 divided by a. A is nothing but 2 by 3 into tan inverse x by a. X is nothing but x as it is. A is actually 2 divided by 3. This is integrated within the limits 0 to 2 by 3. Okay, so this is nothing but 1 by 9 into reciprocal of 2 by 3 would be 3 by 2, because let us keep it outside. Now let us apply the limits. So this would be nothing but tan inverse of upper limit would be 2 by 3 divided by 2 by 3 minus tan inverse of lower limit is 0 divided by 2 by 3. Okay, so this is nothing but, you can simplify this, 3 1s are 3 3s are 9. So this is nothing but 1 divided by 3 2s are is 6. Okay, these are basic calculations into tan inverse of, now 2 by 3 gets cancels. This is tan inverse of 1 minus this is tan inverse of 0 by anything would be 0, right. So this is nothing but 1 by 6 into, we have already done 2 or 3 problems on this. Tan inverse of 1 is nothing but pi by 4, because tan pi by 4 is 1 minus, and we know tan inverse of 0 is 0 because tan 0 is 0. So the final answer would be pi divided by 6 4s are, it is 24. Okay, so this would be the result for the given integral, right. Moving on to the next integral, we have integral between the limit 0 to 2 6x plus 3 divided by x square plus 4 dx. Okay, so we are going to split the integral as integral of 0 to 2. Remember, I am going to write this 6x as 3 times 2x dx divided by x square plus 4. Okay, plus integral of 3 dx divided by x square plus 4. Okay, so this is integrated within the limits 0 to 2. Okay, so I am going to make some arrangements here. This is nothing but, let me keep 3 outside. This is integrated within the limit 0 to 2. Okay, so it is 2x dx divided by x square plus 4. Okay, plus again from this I am going to take 3 outside. It is integrated within the limits 0 to 2. Okay, so this becomes dx divided by x square plus 4, right. Now see what happens. This is nothing but 3 into, now this is of the form as I told you. Now if I put f of x is equal to x square plus 4, then we know f dash of x is nothing but 2x. So this is of the form f dash by f, so integral of log of f, that is log of x square plus 4. So this is integrated within the limits 0 to 2. Similarly, plus 3 into, now again this is the standard integral dx divided by x square plus a square. Now what is integral of dx divided by x square plus a square? We know this is 1 by a tan inverse x by a. So this would be nothing but 1 by 2 into tan inverse x by 2. This is integrated within the limits 0 to 2. Okay. So this is nothing but 3 into, let us apply the limits. So this is log of mod. If you apply the limits, so it is 2 square. So 2 square would be 4 plus 4 minus log of, it is 0 plus 4. If you applying the lower limit, right? Plus I'll keep 1 by 2 is also constant outside. So 3 by 2 will be outside. If you apply the limits, it would be tan inverse of upper limit is 2 by 2 minus lower limit is tan inverse of 0. Okay. So this would be nothing but 3 is a constant, log of, now we know 4 plus 4 is 8, anyhow it's a positive, I need not take the modulus, minus log 0 plus 4 is log 4, okay, plus 3 by 2 into, here you are having tan inverse of 2 by 2 is nothing but 1 minus this is tan inverse of 0, okay, is it clear? Right, this is nothing but, now this is of the form log m minus log n, this can be written as log of m by n, okay, plus 3 by 2 into, just now we have done a problem, tan inverse of 1 would be nothing but pi by 4 minus tan inverse of 0 would be 0. So the final answer would be 3 log of, remember 2 it is, because 4 ones are 4 twos are, plus 3 by, now pi by 4 minus 0 is pi by 4 itself, so this would be 3 pi by 4 twos are 8. This would be the final answer. Is it clear? Okay. So moving on to the next integral, we have integral of 0 to 1 x dx plus sine of pi by 4 x dx. Let us split the integral. So it is 0 to 1 x into e power x dx, okay, plus again integral from 0 to 1, this is sine of pi by 4 x dx, okay. So this is nothing but, remember this is a product of two functions, so I have to use the integration by parts procedure, okay. I hope you remember the procedure of integration by parts. So I have two function, algebraic function and exponential function, okay. So as we generally do, I will consider algebraic function as the first function and exponential as the second function. Is it clear? I hope you remember the process of integration by parts, where we consider two function as first function and second function, isn't it? We have already done problems on this case. So we have algebraic and trigonometric. Algebraic is taken as the first function, okay. Let us directly integrate. So keep first function as it is, integrate the second function. So integral of e power x is e power of x itself, okay, minus integral of, differentiate the function which is kept aside, that is nothing but 1. Now write this as it is, which is e power x, and this is integrated with respect to x within the limit. Only extra step is, now this is integrated within the limits 0 to 1, okay, plus now this is of the form integral of sine ax. We know integral of sine is minus cos, so it is minus cos of ax, that is pi by 4 into x divided by a, remember this is integrated within the limits 0 to 1. Is it clear? Okay. Now this is nothing but, I have x into e power x as it is, minus I have again integral of e power x itself, because e power x into 1 is e power x. So integral of e power x is again e power x. This is integrated within the limits 0 to 1, okay, minus, okay, 1 divided by pi by 4 is a constant. I'll keep it outside. Let me apply the limits. So it is cos of pi by 4 into 1 would be pi by 4 minus cos of pi by 4 into 0 would be 0. Okay, so this is nothing but, if you apply the limits, you will have upper limit is 1 into e power 1 minus 0 into e power 0. Okay, minus, so this is e power 1 minus e power 0. Remember, I am using the upper limit as 1. So 1 into e power 1 minus 0 into e power 0 minus e power 1 minus e power 0. Okay, minus, now reciprocal of pi by 4 would be 4 by 5 into, now what is cos 45? Pi by 4 is nothing but cos 45, isn't it? So cos 45 is nothing but 1 divided by root 2 minus, what is cos 0? We all know cos 0 is nothing but 1. Okay, so this is nothing but, let us see what happens here. So 1 into e power 1 would be actually e as it is, minus this would be 0. Okay, minus again e power 1 is, it is e, right, minus of minus would be actually plus, e power 0 is 1. Is it clear? Right. Now, so I have minus of 4 by 5 into 1 by root 2 minus 1. This is nothing but, now I have, if you remove the terms here, your e and minus e gets cancels, you are just left with 1. Okay, now if you want to take this minus as it is, write it as it is, or else if you write it as it is, that is for better. So it is 1 minus 4 by 5 into 1 by root 2 minus 1. Okay, this would be the final answer. I hope you remember this. If you remove the bracket, plus e and minus e gets cancels, so 1 will be left over and this term is taken as it is. Okay, so remember, we have used the definite integral for integration by parts question. Is it clear? Right. Shall we move on to the next question? Okay. Okay, the next integral we have is integral within the limit 0 to pi by 4. This is sine cube 2t into cos 2t dt. This integral, the original itself is in terms of t, you need not worry. Okay, so this question I am going to use the process of substitution method. Okay, I am going to put x here because it is already in terms of t. Use any other variable. Okay, so if I use x as nothing but sine 2t, okay, I am going to use sine 2t as x. Now differentiate with respect to t. So dx by dt is nothing but, now remember it is derivative of sine. So derivative of sine is nothing but cos. So derivative of sine 2t is, remember it is 2 cos 2t. Derivative of sine 8 is a cos 80. So therefore let us make some arrangements. Dx by 2 is nothing but cos 2t dt. Please be very careful, we have to change the limits now. Okay, when x is equal, when t is equal to 0. Okay, the lower limit here is 0. So if you put t is equal to 0, you will get sine 0. X is nothing but sine 0. Sine 0 is 0. So x will be 0 itself. Okay, now when t is equal to pi by 4. Okay, when t is equal to pi by 4, remember put 2 times pi by 4. Pi by 4 is actually 45 degrees. 2 times 45 is 90. Now what is sine 90? We get the limit as x is equal to 1. Okay, so this can be written as, remember I have dx by 2. So by 2 is kept as it is. Integral within the limits, remember 0 to pi by 4 becomes 0 to 1. Okay, now sine 2t is nothing but x. So this would be x cube into this would be purely dx. Okay, this becomes a very simple integral. This is nothing but 1 by 2 into integral of x cube would be x power 4 divided by 4 within the limits 0 to 1. Okay, so this is nothing but, let me keep 4 outside. So 4 2 that becomes 8. Okay, so they are applying the limits. Upper limit is 1. So 1 power 4 minus lower limit is 0. So it is 0 power 4. Okay, right. This is nothing but 1 by 8 into 1 by 4 is 1 minus 0 power 4 is 0. So the final answer would be 1 by 8. Is it clear? Very simple question, isn't it? It looks very difficult, but it's actually a very simple question, right? So the next integral we have is integral within the limits 1 to 2 dx divided by x plus 1 divided by x plus 2. Now I hope you remember the process. Whenever you have the terms of this form, we integrate this using partial fraction. Okay, again this is a denominator is linear function, factors of linear function. So we have a shortcut method here. So 1 divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2 can be written as I told you, for the first factor, if I put x plus 1 as 0, then x would be minus 1. So substitute here 1 divided by, keep x plus 1 as it is, put x is equal to minus 1 here. So it would be minus 1 plus 2, plus for the second factor put x is equal to minus 2 apart from that factor. So it would be minus 2 plus 1 into x plus 2. Okay, you remember this, isn't it? Because we have solved many problems on integration by partial fractions. Okay, so this is nothing but 2 minus 1 is nothing but 1. So this becomes 1 divided by x plus 1. Okay, now minus 2 plus 1 is nothing but minus. So I am going to keep this minus here, 1 divided by x plus 2. Okay, therefore look at the integral. What happens? Integral within the limits 1 to 2 dx divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2, isn't it? So this is the original question we have. This will reduce to integral within the limits 1 to 2, 1 divided by x plus 1 minus 1 divided by x plus 2 dx. Okay, so this is nothing but, let us apply the limit here. Now dx divided by x plus 1 is known, we have already solved this. So this becomes log of mod x plus 1. Similarly, minus log of mod x plus 2. This is integrated within the limits 1 to 2. Okay, so as I told you, this is already using the properties of logarithms. I can write this as log of mod x plus 1 divided by x plus 2. Now let us use the limits between the limits 1 to 2. Okay, so this becomes log of mod, we put the value for x as 2 upper limit. So 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 2 minus log of mod lower limit. So 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 2. Okay, right. So this is nothing but log of mod 2 plus 1 is 3 and 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, minus log of mod 1 plus 1 is 2 divided by 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, so this is nothing but, since both are positive, let me write it directly. Log m minus log n can be written as log of m by n. So that is nothing but 3 by 4 divided by 2 by 3. Okay, so this becomes log of 3 by 4 into 3 by 2, isn't it? 2 reciprocal of 2 by 3 becomes 3 by 2 because we are changing division into multiplication. So the final answer would be log of 3 3s is 9 divided by 4 2s is 8. Log of 9 by 8 as the final answer. Okay friends, moving on to the next integral, we have integral between the limits 1 to 2 x dx divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2. This is the similar question as we have done the 14th one. Okay, we are doing this by using the partial fraction method. So consider x divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2. As we do the shortcut method, for the first factor put x is equal to, if you put this 0, we will get x is equal to minus 1. So use this. So minus 1 divided by, it is x plus 1 into, this becomes 2 minus 1, that is minus 1 plus 2 or 2 minus 1, plus for the second factor I have to put x is equal to minus 2. So this becomes minus 2 divided by, this is minus 2 plus 1 into, this becomes x plus 2. Okay, so remember this is nothing but 2 minus 1 is 1. So this is minus 1 divided by x plus 1. Okay. Now minus 2 plus 1 is nothing but minus 1. So that's minus 1. If you multiply minus here, this becomes plus 2 divided by x plus 2. Okay. Or else you can write this term first, or else let us write this changing here. Therefore, the original integral becomes integral within the limits 1 to 2 x dx divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2. Okay. So this would be nothing but integral within the limits 1 to 2. Okay. Let me write this term first, which is 2 divided by x plus 2 minus 1 divided by x plus 1. This is integrated within the limits x. Sorry, within the limits 1 to 2 integrated with respect to x. So this is nothing but, now 2 is a constant here, let us keep as it is. So integral of 1 by x plus 2 dx is nothing but log of mod x plus 2. Okay. Minus, similarly this is log of mod, this becomes x plus 1. This is integrated within the limit 1 to 2. Okay. So this is nothing but, now using the properties of logarithms, I will get log of mod, this becomes x plus 2 whole square minus log of mod x plus 1 within the limits 1 to 2. Okay. So this is nothing but, this is the form log of m by n. So it is x plus 2 whole square divided by x plus 1, apply the limits 1 to 2. Okay. Right. So this is nothing but, apply the upper limit log of mod. So it is 2 plus 2 whole square divided by 2 plus 1 minus log of mod, it is 1 plus 2 whole square divided by 1 plus 1. Is it clear? Right. So this is nothing but log of mod. Now 2 2's is what? Sorry, 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 square is 16 divided by 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay. Minus log of mod 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 square is 9 divided by 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay. So this is of the form log m minus log n can be written as log of m by n, that is 16 by 3 divided by 9 by 2. Okay. So this can be further rewritten as log of 16 by 3. This division I will convert into multiplication, and this becomes 2 by 9. Right. So the final answer would be log of, anyhow this is positive, need not take the modulus, 16 2 is 32 divided by 9 3 is 27. Right. So this is the final answer. Very simple question these are. If they ask you, remember this question, if they ask you, this would be for 3 marks. Okay. Right. Okay students, we will take one last question for the session and also for the topic. Okay. Now look at the last question we have for the session. So 4 to integral between the limits 4 to 9 root x dx divided by 30 minus x power 3 by 2. Okay. So I am going to solve this using substitution method. Okay. So I will put t. So I will put t as the denominator, which is 30 minus x power 3 by 2. Okay. So if you differentiate with respect to x, so dt by dx would be 30 is a constant minus x power n by x power n derivative is n into x power n minus 1. So it is 3 by 2 into x power 3 by 2 minus 1. Okay. So this would be nothing but dt by dx, it is minus 3 by 2 into x power 3 by 2 minus 1 is would be, if you take the LCM, you will get 3 by 2 means 1 and a half. So 1 and a half minus 1 is half. Therefore, let us make some arrangements. dt divided by minus 3 by 2 would be x power half dx. Okay. Let us make one more arrangements. Now this is of the form reciprocal of minus 3 by 2. So this would be minus 2 by 3 dt would be nothing but x power half means root x dx. Okay, my substitution part is over, but remember I have to change the limits now. Okay, when x is equal to 4, what is the lower limit? When x is equal to 4, use here your t would be, okay, what happens to t? Remember, t would be, this is 30 minus 4 can be written as 2 square to the power 3 by 2. Okay, so this becomes 30 minus, so square and root will get cancelled. So this is 2 cube, so that is nothing but 8. So this will be 30 minus 8 is nothing but 22. Please be very careful with this question. Okay. In the same way, let me apply the lower limit. Okay. When x is equal to upper limit is 9. So when x is equal to 9, t would be 30 minus 9 is nothing but actually 3 square power 3 by 2. Okay. So this 2 and 2 gets cancels. This is 30 minus 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, remember. So this is nothing but 30 minus 27 is 3. Okay. So the limits is also changing now to 4 to 9 becomes 22 to 3, remember, because when x is 4, t will be 22. Okay. So this is nothing but, now remember, this is substitution part. It is always better if you keep it aside. Okay. Right. Now I have a constant here. What is the constant I have with x here? So with dt I have minus 2 by 3. I am going to keep it outside. So it is minus 2 by 3 outside. Integral from 4 to 9 becomes 22 to 3. Okay. And numerator is purely dt divided by denominator is, remember, it is 30 minus x power 3 by 2 whole square. So this becomes t square. I had not written in the beginning, so I have taken, the question is whole square, so I have taken t square. Okay. So this is nothing but minus 2 by 3. Okay. Now what is integral of 1 by t square? I have already told you this is a standard result. Integral of 1 by x square is nothing but minus 1 by x. I hope you know this, isn't it? Integral of 1 by x square dx is nothing but minus 1 by x. So integral of 1 by t square is minus 1 by t. This is integrated within the limits 22 to 3. And one more hint, you need not always have the upper limit more than the lower limit. Okay, it need not be that way. Okay, sometimes the upper limit will be the smaller value than the lower limit. Okay, so this is nothing but minus 2 by 3 is constant. Let me keep it as it is. So if you put the limits, the upper limit is minus 1 divided by 3. Okay, minus of, put the lower limit of, lower limit is minus 1 divided by 22. Is it clear? Okay. So this becomes minus 2 by 3 outside. So it is minus 1 by 3, minus of minus becomes plus, it becomes 1 by 22. Okay. So this is nothing but minus 2 by 3 into, if you take the LCM between 3 and 22, this becomes 66. Okay. So 3 into 22 becomes 66. So this would be minus 22, because 22 ones are is 22 plus 22 threes are. So this becomes 3. So this will be minus 2 by 3 into minus 22 plus 3 would be minus 19, remember, isn't it? So minus 19 divided by 66. Is it clear? So what happens here? You can divide here, 2 ones are and 2 33s are. Okay. So you are left over with minus 1 by 3 into minus 19 by 33. Okay. So the final answer for this question would be minus of minus becomes plus, 19 ones are is 19 and 33 threes are is 99. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. Dear students, that's it, coming to the topic of definite integrals. Okay, so we have solved all the questions from the exercise 7.9. Okay, we have solved almost all the questions from the exercise 7.9, which are the definite integrals. Okay, if you can practice this, you can solve any question which has been asked in the examination. Okay, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಇಂದಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ ಸೆಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದಂತಹ ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ 7.9ನ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಮುಂದಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ನ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆಗ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, I hope you would have enjoyed this session and also learnt the concept of definite integrals and how to find the result of it. Okay, practice these sums clearly and you will do well. Okay, and please be careful. In the coming sessions, we will be doing with the 6 marker questions from this chapter. Okay, so get ready for it and be prepared for that part. Okay, right. So we'll meet again in the next session with the 6 marker question. Until then, take care and bye.